आधे बाउल दही में 4 चम्मच MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला डाला, स्टर करो, पुदीना चटनी तैयार। MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला।
From the Republic Media Network headquarters, it's time for Arnab Goswami on The Debate. Arnab Goswami on The Debate.
Ladies and gentlemen, even more than Rahul Gandhi, the one person who should hide his face and not say a word and genuinely feel sorry for what he's been saying, the most unresearched, unthought, and ladies and gentlemen, ad hoc thinking person in the country. Even worse than Rahul Gandhi. A person who has made so many goof-ups of late, and a person who even praised Pakistan and saying Pakistan played it right with Trump. You know who that person is? That person is this man, Raghuram Rajan. Obviously so frustrated, he has no role in India now. He must remember what he said. His assessment that Pakistan played it right, it was all because of Donald Trump, and he said that I think the central issue was more personality, especially the personality of the White House, how they treated certain comments made by India after Trump claimed credit. He went further saying Pakistan played it the right way, it was all because of Mr. Trump. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know how an Indian can talk like that. I don't know if he has an Indian passport, I think he does. But whether you do or not, you owe your country something to be talking about India like that. Raghuram Rajan. I mean, whatever little space some people had for you would be gone. Ladies and gentlemen, this deal is a slap in the face of Raghuram Rajan. This deal is a slap in the face of Rahul Gandhi, who called Prime Minister Modi a weak Prime Minister. Rahul Gandhi is opportunistic, ad hoc, has an attention deficit problem politically. He said tariffs are blackmail. He said our Prime Minister is weak. And I want to tell Rahul Gandhi and Raghuram Rajan, open your mouth and say sorry. Because from the 26% which Trump threatened, he brought it down to 18%. Which means in 8 months, we brought him down 1% every month. Now that's called the art of a deal. That's called negotiation. That's called putting national interests first. That's called having patience, ladies and gentlemen. You don't win by making ad hoc comments like Raghuram Rajan and Rahul Gandhi. Anyway, a deal is not a zero-sum game. When two equal partners sign a deal, it's not only about winning or losing. It's about two parties committing something to each other. And these are two large nations. Ladies and gentlemen, Rahul Gandhi now said Prime Minister Modi sold the country. Let me tell these people the dictionary meaning of a deal, which means to reach or try to reach a state of acceptance. That's the definition of a deal. Look at the way in which Trump has spoken and the way Modi is speaking. Even now, there are no exclamation marks, no hyperbole. Narendra Modi is acting with intent. Trump is choosing bluster, but that's Trump's style. Ladies and gentlemen, that's Trump's style. What is Trump's style? He has said earlier, looks like we lost India and Russia to the deepest, darkest China. Those are the quotes. One day, he said, India will buy oil from Russia. India is a dead economy. These are the comments of Donald Trump. And he even mocked our Prime Minister. At no point did the Prime Minister of India respond. At no point did he get provoked. At no point did he respond in anger or emotion. And that is incredible. That is leadership. You take it on the chin. You accept the threats. The fact is, India knows how to handle Trump. And we've proven it. I'm really sorry for the way Raghuram Rajan and Rahul Gandhi spoke, but what can you expect from them? Ladies and gentlemen, the way Prime Minister Modi spoke, with intent, he said, I deeply appreciate and fully reciprocate President Trump's sentiments and positive assessment of our ties. He said, India and the US are close friends and natural partners. Big thanks to Trump on behalf of 1.4 billion people of India for this wonderful announcement. Wonderful, statesman-like, classy. No song and dance. A person who knows that he's leading India through a difficult situation and who's convinced that his role is taking India in the direction that he showed in that speech that he made from Red Fort a few years back when he said, Viksit Bharat 2047. And the road to that, we will constantly have people like Raghuram Rajan, like Rahul Gandhi, sometimes Donald Trump making comments, but ladies and gentlemen, let's go to the details now. Trump is claiming that India will not buy Russian oil. What are the facts? Just 2 months ago, India and Russia exchanged 16 agreements on areas related to defense, trade, and economy. And on 5th of December, in case people have forgotten, India and Russia commended their wide-ranging cooperation in the energy sector as a significant pillar of a special and privileged strategic partnership. Now, that's why I don't buy this claim of Donald Trump. Absolutely not. The facts speak otherwise. Second claim of Donald Trump is that India has agreed to zero tariffs and non-trade barriers. But how is that possible? When India has been negotiating hard for a year now to safeguard the interests of our farmers in the dairy sector, and when today the government has said, Piyush Goyal has said, we are not compromising anything on agriculture, and when the US trade representative has said on record to an American TV channel, he said India is being protectionist about some areas of agriculture, which means to even claim or to accuse or question India of compromising on agriculture and dairy has no factual basis. Remember what Narendra Modi said in August. He said, I will personally have to pay the heavy price, but I will not compromise the interests of our farmers, dairy farmers, and fishermen. Ladies and gentlemen, it has therefore to be economic and diplomatic ignorance to say that we will compromise our agriculture sector, our dairy sector, any part of our agriculture, fisheries, or dairy sector without a thought to our farmers. To even say so, or to put a question mark without a fact, is to say that we will not believe the claims of our own government. If you don't want to believe the claims of our government, which government's claims will you believe? America? Ladies and gentlemen, what's happening here is that Trump is speaking in generics, India is speaking in specifics. The only specific we have so far, the only specific in the absence of the actual text of the deal is 18% tariff. That's the only thing we know. Everything else is speculation. I request the people of India to not go by the speculation. Otherwise, the liar wires, the unprintable websites, the liar wires, and the fake scrolls will have their way. Ladies and gentlemen, Trump says India will buy more American goods. Okay? Suppose we say we will attempt to buy more American goods. What is the need to be jumpy about it? Buying more American. The words, buying more American. Okay? We will consider buying more American goods. Where's the commitment? Where's the dotted line? Where is the number? Which goods? It's a standard Trump generalism. There is nothing specific about it. We need to stop getting excited about everything Trump claims, because here's a person, no disrespect, who has accepted the second-hand Nobel from Machado, who went around claiming that he mediated the India-Pakistan war, who got excited about Shehbaz Sharif nominating him for a Nobel and called him and Asif Munir men of peace. Now, these things, I'm not saying these things to underplay anyone or to run down anyone, but there's no need to get excited about Trump generalizations, more appropriately. The only confirmation on tariffs, the only fact on the deal, the only specific thing we know right now is that it's 18% from 50%. That's it. You can keep questioning. How did we get there? What is the fine print? Well, we will comment on the fine print when we have the fine print. At some stage, maybe a few days from now, we will get the fine print. Till then, let's not speculate. Prime Minister Modi has got a huge tariff slash for India. This is good for the country. We have shown the world we know how to handle a Trump situation. We're doing well. 2047, Vikasit Bharat, that goal intact, we're on our way. If anything, we've understood the art of handling Trump. This is my reading of the situation. Do you agree with me? Do you also believe that unnecessary speculation is against our national interest? If you do, share this video. Ladies and gentlemen, let's debate.
They thought Pakistan got the better of us.
Mr. Trump claimed credit for stopping a conflict between India and Pakistan. Pakistan played it the right way. Net effect was India got 50% tariffs, Pakistan got 19.
They called us a dead economy.
Everybody knows that the Indian economy is a dead economy. I'm glad that President Trump has stated a fact.
They mocked Prime Minister Modi for getting bullied by the American president.
ट्रम्प बोल रहा है मोदी मेरे को खुश करना चाहते थे मोदी जी आप उसको खुश कर रहे हैं यू आर मेकिंग हिम हैप्पी एंड मेकिंग इंडिया अनहैप्पी
The Congress president pontificated on diplomacy.
इतने टैरिफ लगाए मोदी देश के लिए दुश्मन बन गया है
Samajwadi Party chief sought to corner the BJP.
टैरिफ से कारोबार तो रुका ही है कारोबार तो हमारा छीन ही रहा है लेकिन लगता ये है कि बीजेपी के मुंह पे भी टैरिफ लगा दिया
They all stand flummoxed today.
Congrats, sir. Congratulations.
They forgot that Prime Minister Modi's resolve was stated in so many words.
भारत अपने किसानों के पशुपालकों के और मछुआरे भाई बहनों के हितों के साथ कभी भी समझौता नहीं करेगा और मैं जानता हूं व्यक्तिगत रूप से मुझे बहुत बड़ी कीमत चुकानी पड़ेगी लेकिन मैं इसके लिए तैयार हूं
With the opposition creating pandemonium today, both inside and outside Parliament, the government had to make a strong rebuttal, with Commerce Minister Piyush Goyal holding a mirror to Congress on the China deal.
राहुल गांधी जी को क्या मिर्ची लगती है राहुल गांधी जी को देश की प्रगति से नफरत है
As details emerge of the 18% tariff deal, are the naysayers going to hide now?
Political debate, fireworks, that's what we love. This debate is going to begin by saying that this deal is a slap in the face of Raghuram Rajan, who was going around praising Asif Munir and Shehbaz Sharif, I think. How can anyone do that? How can anyone do that? How can anyone talk like that? I still don't know. I don't know. If anyone, I mean, this is as ignorant as anything. Anyway. We're debating tonight. My first comment is from Mohandas Pai. Sanju Verma, Ajay Bagga and Suhail said need no introduction on the left. And Santosh Mehrotra, Piyush Joshi, Faizan Kidwai and Saurabh Shukla of News Mobile need no introduction on the right. Mohandas Pai, you've been wanting this, haven't you? You've really been wanting this. Are you happy with it without seeing the fine print?
Well, Arnab, President Trump has given a rate of 18% for India. For his allies with whom he has a military agreement, like NATO and others, the EU, Japan, and I think Korea, I think is 15%. For the UK, which is a special partner because they joined the 10%. All of the countries are higher, so we got 18%. We are one level below the military alliance. I think it's a good deal for India because all countries who export to America of any substance have to pay tariff. And President Trump is unlike any US president over the last 50 years. He doesn't care a damn about any country, anybody, anywhere. He decides what he wants to do. He's the global hegemon. And he said, trade with me, pay the tariff or bazaar. He doesn't care. Now, we have never had a president of America like this. And he's the most powerful man in the world. And everybody has to play ball with him, right? Because he's the biggest economy. Now, we were shocked and we were stunned with that 50% tariff. We kept quiet. We did not abuse him like others did.
No, we didn't.
We kept quiet.
No, we didn't.
And we swallowed our pride and we tightened our belts and we worked. And now we've got an 18% deal, which is a pretty good deal. And we have already signed an agreement which is on his table for the trade deal, where we have said he will not open up agriculture market, barring maybe some almonds for California and some pulses which we import anyway. I think it's already on his table. And that could be signed. So I think considering what has happened to the rest of the world is a good deal because there's a theory of comparative misery, right? I mean, everybody is miserable dealing with the US and we are slightly less miserable than other emerging markets. And I think it is a decent deal and we should get along with it. And I don't know what is this criticism of people because there's no way you're going to deal with him in any other manner. He decides, take it or leave it. And nobody in the world can say no to him.
No, because I don't understand this logic of the criticism, Mr. Pai.
Yes.
You know, people are critical of other people because of different situations.
Well,
some people are critical because they say that, you know, we know that other person has done this. You are critical in your knowledge of something.
You know, Arnab, India is the only country that I know who stood up and did not bow down, did not abuse President Trump, just kept quiet, negotiated, and got a decent deal.
Yeah, but the question is, when you say we are critical, you have to know something.
Yes.
This is the first time in the whole world, a history of human civilization,
my God,
that Rahul Gandhi says I'm critical because I don't know anything. I don't know anything beyond 18% and hence I'm critical and hence I have the space to be critical. Santosh Mehrotra, Piyush, and especially Faizan. Faizan thinks because he knows less, he has the right to be critical. First, know. Faizan, first you learn, you know, and then you criticize.
Okay,
don't say, oh, I know nothing beyond 18%, so I have a right to be critical.
And the propaganda of Bharatiya Janata Party. And
no, what propaganda?
You won't be
what propaganda, Faizan? You ought to be apologizing a million times tonight.
You'll give me time to respond, Mr. Goswami. Let me blow the lid off this propaganda. This trade deal is for the benefit of India. This is for the benefit of Donald Trump. And if there is a victory in diplomacy for anybody, it is Donald Trump. See,
there you go. This is the anti-national line. This is the anti-national line.
Don't interject, sir.
This is Trump chamchagiri. This is Rahul Gandhi's approach. Ajay Baka, did you see that? Did you see that? I will say anti-national.
Anti-national are those people who are hiding the truth. If Donald Trump is benefiting his own country and Narendra Modi is failing us, it is a job. It is your job as a journalist.
Narendra Modi is failing us. We got it down from 50 to 18% and Narendra Modi is failing us. And a party which sends the police to look for Azam Khan's buffaloes, a party which sends a police squad to look for its leaders' buffaloes, you use state money and taxpayer money, you send the police looking for your party leaders' buffaloes. Buffalo.
Please, Mayor.
Buffaloes.
Let me.
You have done that. You've sent police to search for your party leaders' buffaloes. You will lecture.
Mr. Azam Khan. See what you're doing.
No, I'm not. I'm comparing your actions to Azam Khan's buffaloes.
You have to let me speak.
Everyone on. I know, no problem.
Give me time. Give me time, sir. My limited knowledge is more than enough to expose Bharatiya Janata Party.
I agree. You have limited knowledge. I agree. Yes. Your knowledge is very limited.
Very limited. Very limited. Since you said very limited, my knowledge is very limited, but it is more than enough to expose BJP. And the intention is correct. The intention is correct. Okay. Now let me respond to Bharatiya Janata Party. See, first of all, the global average of tariff of US is 15% to India. We get 18%. We get a raw deal. Plus, when Trump is forcing us to not buy Russian oil, this means the exchequer will get a burden of extra 1 lakh crores.
How do you know we've agreed? How do you know we've agreed? No, how do you know we've agreed to not buying Russian oil?
Come on, Mr.
Then how do you know?
These are the terms.
No, what these are the terms? Where have you got the deal in your hand? Where is the written statement?
Mr. Goswami, you won't let me speak. You won't let me speak.
Yeah,
The problem is you are very intolerant when somebody exposes BJP. What is your problem?
My problem is that you are a party that has constantly compromised national interests.
Sir, I think you have limited knowledge. You get your knowledge from WhatsApp from Bharatiya Janata Party. That's your problem. Let me speak now. Please. Kindly don't interject. Don't interject.
Are you reading from a written script looking left and right?
Of course I do read. Of course I read. I prepare my statement. This is what a decent...
Yeah, you are like the student who writes an essay on the cow.
Yes,
when he's asked to write an essay on grass, he says, I will write an essay on grass and cows eat grass. I will come back to my answer on the cow. You come with a prepared answer. You come with a prepared answer regardless of the question.
Counter each and every propaganda of BJP. So would you let me speak, sir? Don't interject. Don't get worked up. Let Sanju Verma respond. She is very competent spokesperson of BJP. So first of all,
time limit भी होता है.
हाँ, क्या होता है?
Time limit.
Time limit तो आप बीच में गड़गड़ करोगे तो मेरे को तो बोलने नहीं दे रहे हो ना.
Please don't use colloquialisms like gargar. It can. There's no translation to it. If you don't know words to express yourself, don't use phrases like that.
No,
you have a problem with language. You tell me.
I'm not here to take sermons from you. Gargar is good for me. Okay, now let me respond.
Man, this is painful, man. I'll get a migraine by the end of this.
Let me bring this to...
No, 1 minute. Sanju, let him finish. I'll give him 30 seconds.
You are not so generous to the BJP.
Okay, Sanju Verma, take a chill pill. You have already destroyed this nation enough. Now answer to the people. See, Narendra Modi has very... he hid this from the people of this country, from the citizens. I'm reading this. There's a bill which was passed, the Shanti bill. What this bill is going to do, it is going to empower the nuclear lobby of US. And just to please Donald Trump, this is what Narendra Modi has done. Now we'll be getting expensive reactors and with a limited liability, the burden falls, God forbid something goes wrong, the burden falls on the taxpayers, on the people. We are going to import expensive LPG from the LPG pact that Narendra Modi forced the Indian PSUs to sign. Now, madam, just chill and relax. 2.2 million tons of expensive LPG will be brought from US.
Okay, now,
because we have to add butane to it more expensive.
Okay, now,
this is what is going to happen. This is eventually
just because Akhilesh doesn't let you talk in a party meeting, you don't take out your frustration here. Sanju, I have a question. Sanju, I have a question. The US Trade Representative, my news desk talking in my ear, very fast news desk, you know, the fastest in the country, tells me in my ear that Arnab, please don't think viewers everything I talk is spoken in my ears. Some of it comes from inside the cranium also. But Sanju, they said that the US Trade Representative has just tweeted that, can I get the detail? India is going to lower tariffs on US industrial and agricultural goods to 0%. Is this true?
Correct. See.
What are you saying, see, yaar? I'm asking. No?
See, I was saying this earlier.
Stop saying CC to everything, yaar. Yeah.
Okay. Sanju.
No, I don't want to...
Don't say CC, that's the name of the Egyptian president. Please keep quiet and Sanju continue.
You know, let me make one thing very, very clear. It is my misfortune. I have to sit here and debate with some people from the other side who don't know GDP from GNP, inflation from deflation. They don't know the difference between tariff and non-tariff barriers. But be that as it may, let me say this. Can I please, I did not heckle you, Faisal, okay, keep quiet. Show some decency. I want to say one thing to you very clearly, Arnab. The 18% tariff is the general applicable rate, but there is a very large category of exports which are entirely exempt from tariffs, where the reciprocal tariff rate is 0. And I will give you 2 specific examples. I don't come here on TV debates and talk rhetoric. 2 of India's biggest sectors in terms of exports are pharmaceuticals and consumer electronics. Pharmaceuticals and consumer electronics are completely exempted from tariffs at this stage.
But that's even now. That's even now. That's as of now.
Don't forget, India is the world's second largest pharma producer in terms of volume, with more than 27% of the global generics market and more than 68% of the global vaccines market. And let me tell your audience, having 0 tariffs in consumer electronics is a huge thing, because our annual electronics production is more than 1,313 lakh crore. Well, electronic exports is more than 6.7 lakh crore. Our annual iPhone exports alone are more than 3.4 lakh crore. So the second point I want to make is you cannot look at any deal in isolation. The fact that we have a India-US deal after signing the mother of all deals with the 27-member EU, after having an FTA with Mauritius, an FTA with UAE, an ETA with Japan, an ETA with Sri Lanka, an FTA with Australia,
on agricultural goods. One minute, on agricultural goods. If I please let Piyush in, Faizan, you're not the only one. Please understand.
Can I finish?
One minute. No, 1 minute. No. You better 1 minute. Before you finish, Sanju, I'm just coming to a specific point. Just a specific point. I need to make a specific point. If it is 0% for agricultural goods,
it is disaster.
Can you be quiet? Can you not comment on it? Then is there an impact on our agriculture?
Who said it is 0%?
The US trade representative is saying that.
No, Piyush Goyal is today on record saying that the joint statement by India and US will be made in a couple of hours from now. And I can say that the national spokesperson of BJP,
I agree.
We will never give.
We know that, ma'am.
I agree. By then we will know the. No, I agree. I agree. Everything is speculation till then. I am only getting a comment on record from the USTR, so I'm asking.
Arnab.
Piyush.
So let me tell you.
Piyush, please. Sanju, 1 minute. Piyush.
Arnab, the problem is that the Agriculture Secretary of the United States of America, who's the equivalent of Agriculture Minister of India, has tweeted and congratulated her President Donald Trump for opening up the agricultural market. And that's why the confusion is there. We know that the fine prints are not there. Ma'am, allow me to speak. We know that the fine prints are not there. Now, what I want from my Prime Minister, that the Parliament is in session. The Prime Minister should come inside the Parliament and assure the nation that India is not going to open the Indian market to the American agricultural product. Number one. The Prime Minister should come inside the Parliament and assure that we are not going to start buying Venezuelan oil under any kind of American pressure unless and until it is in absolute and complete interest of our nation as a whole. The Prime Minister should.
But I want to ask you one thing, Piyush. Can I ask you one thing? Can I ask you one thing?
Sure.
Ajay is on. Mohandas is on. Mohandas Pai is one of the greatest corporate figures in our country and a great investor. Ajay Bagga is India's very respected macro voice. I'm not even talking about Sohail. He's right there in the center of our panel. I'm saying today, why does the Indian opposition want India to be like Don Quixote, taking a sword and fighting the windmills and go to war with everyone if we are getting our job done? Listen to me. If we are getting our job done, we are getting our way. Why would you want us to get into war with America? On the one side, you say that we should not. Why would you not say, okay, let Trump claim what he's doing? No, we are getting what we want.
No, fair enough.
We are getting what we want. No. I want to know, is India's opposition being responsible? Ajay, by saying that, let's create some trouble here. Let's make this an issue. And we got 18%, we got advantage, we got the best deal among the BRICS countries. What's your problem? And let it be. Let's move on. Let's do business. Har cheez mein politics. Ajay, please. Ajay.
Arnab, the president has been said. That's what.
Arnab, this is work in progress.
Yes.
And making such statements on the floor of the parliament will inflame sentiments. Right now, you said it correctly. We have something like $65 billion of exports on the line, which are being taxed at 50% by the US customs. We are getting a chance to take it to 18%. We have to negotiate the other equation. If you look at Korea, you look at Japan. Korea, Trump threatened last week, Lutnick, his enforcer, threatened that I'll put 100% on you. Both sides, and they have fisticuffs in the Korean parliament. They are as aggressive. Both parties sat together and said, we will pass this deal. In national interest, everybody comes together. That is what is needed right now. Jumping the gun. There is a big difference between what...
Get him back.
Let me finish. Please let me finish. What Mr. Modi has said and what Trump has said, there's a huge difference. We are trying to resolve that. Let the detailing come out, then let's have this conversation. Remember, a Japanese prime minister lost his job. He was the first one to meet Trump in his new avatar in Trump 2. He went the second time and he came back and he just resigned. Trump has weaponized tariffs. This kind of 19th century fighting as politicians will not get the nation ahead. We need to come to the 21st century. And
just one
anyway, I also want to say that I want to say on a quip. I want to say. So one minute. This is the last. I've never. Sohail. Rajiv Shukla says this is a complete failure. So says a man who cannot negotiate with the Pakistan Cricket Board. So says a man who failed in negotiating with the Pakistan Cricket Board. He said this is a failure. Now,
when I last checked, Rajiv Shukla was as much of an economist as Rahul Gandhi is a ballet dancer. So I wouldn't take anything that Rajiv Shukla takes seriously. He's a friend of mine, but Rajiv Shukla should know his, heft. I want to say three things. I've heard Faiz, my friend from the Samajwadi, I've heard everyone. I'm not even going to, and rightly so, get into the fine print because the fine print hasn't been made available. I have 3 points here. Number one, Narendra Modi, and I'm no supporter of the BJP, I hate all political parties. Narendra Modi has shown that leadership doesn't need to engage in tutu meme. He has preserved the integrity and the intensity of India's economic prowess. And I think we need to send out 3 signals, which he has already sent out in a manner of speaking. That you don't have to fight with a pig because the pig enjoys it and only you get dirty. Number 2, India is admired across the world today for 2 things: the intensity of its brain power and its functional democracy. We are the world's largest democracy. America is the world's oldest democracy. We are not a country which is used to hyperbole. We are not aggressors, and we need to be in America's book on a China +1 strategy. So geopolitically, we are the most relevant. How has Narendra Modi behaved since June last year? He could have easily got into a slanging match. Parliament baited him. Parliament tried to do everything they could, insults. And by the way, when you insult Narendra Modi, remember you also insult a little bit of India and Indianness. So people who believe, no, 1 minute, I'm not seeking your agreement, and I didn't interrupt you, so you don't interrupt me. My point here very simply is that this is the arrival of India's economic prowess. What has changed since 2014? I'll tell you what has changed. Number 1, we were never seen as a serious manufacturer. We are seen today. If you look at 90% of America's iPhones are produced in India. You may detest Narendra Modi, but for God's sake, stop detesting India's capabilities and capacity. Number 2, we are seen today as the brain power of the world. Number 3, in the recent budget, and Mohandas Pai will correct me if I'm wrong, what the government has done by incentivizing cloud data companies, to my mind, is a great step forward. Look, we are a democracy. Don't compare yourselves to China. We cannot do what China does. We cannot wipe villages out. We cannot throw people out. We cannot sequester people out. Be proud of the India we are becoming.
Oh, yeah.
Proud of the India we are becoming. Right. Proud of the Indian who has arrived. Don't always decry everything. Rahul Gandhi, I've never said he's anti-national. I will never say any politician.
Just a little interjection.
But Rahul Gandhi's utterances
I'm proud of being in India,
from intellectual innocence. Can I interrupt any of you guys?
Shouldn't we be concerned?
Bad manners has always
been who's actually proud
shouldn't we be
concerned? I've not interrupted you.
What's wrong with being concerned?
One minute.
Listen, who support nonsensical things that this government is doing, all the jumlas this government is giving, those people, I don't want to use the term anti-national for anybody, but those people are slightly dumb.
I will make sure you don't.
No, the point is, these are people who are saying today.
Okay.
These are people who are the people who are saying today that India has been compromised. Just one page. Let me describe. These are the people who, as per the 123 agreement of the India-US civilian nuclear deal, capitulated to America's nuclear terms And Atal Bihari Vajpayee had to warn them, don't compromise the country. These are the people who called India a dead economy. These are the people who made an entry into China's Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership, or RCEP, which was described by China as the world's largest free trade agreement, and which tied us in. And thank God for Narendra Modi. Thank God for a man called Narendra Modi who pulled us out of the RCEP. Otherwise, we would have been Mohandas Pai, a junior partner of China. These are the great people who signed the Panchsheel Agreement. These are the people who compromised in 1962, giving us lectures, huh?
Yeah.
Lectures, huh? Giving us lectures. Giving us lectures, huh? Come on now. You want me to expose you a little bit more? You want me to expose you a little bit more tonight, right? I'm getting into the mood. I'm getting into the mood.
Have the decency and the humanity to find some good even in this haystack.
Yeah, and they are saying
you always hate everything. You guys have become communists. You have a problem for every solution. We found, I find goodness in the Samajwadi Party in spite of Azam Khan. In spite of his
asking,
I think Akhilesh is a good
and
man.
now you are saying, you're compromising the country.
You may hate Akhilesh Yadav.
You are a party which sent the police to look for your leader Azam Khan's 5 missing buffaloes. You said the most important thing in UP is to find Azam Khan's buffaloes. I want to go to Ajay Bagga. I want to go to Ajay Bagga. What is this going on? Ajay, what is this?
Yeah, what is going on, Ajay?
That's a very important. What is going on? Everyone.
No, it's quite sad. It's quite sad without any details to just attack somebody just for the heck of it. And to look at the broader national interest. Your interest is that Trump has weaponized trade. He has weaponized access to his market. You have to get the optimum deal. China, with all its heft, with all its craftiness, has got 34%. Remember, the Chinese are working since 2019 to de-risk themselves from Trump. Despite that, they have got 34%, despite holding rare earths as a blackmail tool for the rest of the world. Given all that, for our negotiators to land a deal like this, I think we have to laud it. We have to wait for the details. We don't have to jump. Today, the Commerce Minister has said the dairy and the agriculture sector will be protected. Do you believe your own Commerce Minister, or you depend on the cabal which surrounds Trump? Jump on that. You just jump on that. I think, and you want the Prime Minister to come in Parliament and make anti-Trump statements so that the deal...
They want to provoke the Prime Minister.
Pro-India, sir. Pro-India. There's a difference between a pro-India statement, a pro-farmer statement, and an anti-Trump statement. Come on, sir.
You are playing the role of Indians today.
Bagaji, the simple thing is the Prime Minister should assure the Parliament, very simple, and he should just come. Why do we want a statement inside the Parliament that the United States Agricultural Secretary has tweeted in very specific terms?
The US diplomats, the US... Before I go back to Mohandas Pai on that, I want Saurabh Shukla. Ajay, one minute. Ajay, don't get provoked, Ajay. Saurabh, what's happening in the US now? When is the fine print coming out, man? We can forget this controversy then.
Hello, panel. Sir, just hear me out.
Yeah. He's the man in Washington.
Yeah, I can tell you the ground situation. Okay. Now, this deal is being touted as a win-win deal for both the sides, and it is a strategic deal which helps not only India immensely, obviously the US-India relations, also 5.5 million Indian Americans who are there, because what was happening, you should see the context of the last 8 months that India-US relations was on a tailspin. The specifics of the deal...
And they were celebrating. No, they celebrated. Yeah, they were celebrating. From Owaisi to Rahul Gandhi to Arvind Kejriwal, all celebrated that.
Let me complete. Okay? The specifics of the deal as I talk...
Actually, Raghuram Rajan should resign. But the problem with Raghuram Rajan, he has no position to resign from.
Absolutely. They have no clue.
That's the tweet.
No clue. They don't have a clue.
That's the agreement.
These were the statements being made when UPA was in power. That's how diplomatic statements are made. They are statements which come from the US side, which come from the Indian side. Whether the Samajwadi Party should, a friend from the Samajwadi Party should realize that they were the ones who supported the, Indo-US nuclear deal as well, which I also support, by the way. But I'm saying that there are diplomatic nuances. Don't mislead the people of the country.
Nobody is misleading. There are certain things.
That our Prime Minister
certain
and our
facts which are there
has negotiated
right in front
a deal,
of you,
which is a win-win deal for the people of India, and also takes India's stock much higher in the global arena. Today, you know what is being talked about in Washington, D.C.? The fact that the Indian negotiators, India's Prime Minister, created and got a tough bargain out of the U.S. That's the story here.
Really?
You should be talking about the headline here.
Now you have to kindly give me time to rebut.
There is bipartisan support.
Don't. Faizan, don't speak baloney. You're speaking baloney. It makes no sense.
Okay.
All baloney talk from you tonight.
Okay. Correct. Now let me put some
Faizan, you're not moving an inch on logic.
Come on.
So I see a conspiracy, a Mohandas spy. 1 minute. Saurabh. Mohandas spy. I see a little plan of the opposition here. They see they are a bit stunned, They don't know what to do. The deal is signed.
We are scared for our farmers.
It looks deal.
We are scared for our farmers.
You are scared about the farmers. You wanted Salman Khan. You got Salman Khan to dance on Mulayam Singh Yadav's 75th birthday. How much money from taxpayers did you pay him? Did you use taxpayer money to make Salman Khan dance at your leader's wedding? Salman Khan danced at your leader's wedding for free. Free में dance किया?
BJP for that?
Did you ask the people then anything?
Routing money,
routing money.
Bonds,
Okay, now Mohandas spy on serious note. Mohandas spy. You see, we are in a catch-22 right now. Let's be realistic.
Arnab, look, Arnab.
Yes.
There is a deal which has been signed off between both the countries, which is on President Trump's table. Our Commerce Minister has said agriculture is not something that we agreed on. We are not going to expose our farmers, our people in the dairy industry and others to the Americans coming and giving other goods.
But they are saying 0% now.
Anyway.
The Americans are saying 0%.
Yeah, and we have not done anything much beyond that. And the Commerce Minister is going to make a statement in Parliament, and that is a deal that is on the table.
Then that settles everything, sir.
President Trump has reduced the tariff to 18%, and that's pretty good. And he has done it for a very important reason. After the EU deal, the US was being left out, and he was losing support from a country which supports him. He's brought it to 18%. And remember, 18% is lower than any other country in the emerging markets. Let us wait for Piyush Goyal to come to Parliament and make a statement. And Minister Goyal has said very clearly,
that's what we want, sir.
Agriculture is an area where we are not opened up. Yes, we may import pulses, we may import almonds from California.
We understand that, sir. The thing is, that's what we expect from the Commerce Minister, to assure the Parliament that agriculture
he said he's going to come. Just wait for it. Just wait for it. There's no need for any speculation without data. Tomorrow he opens that, he can come and
really simple.
Right now, let us trust our ministers.
With due respect to you, sir, It's our duty to be concerned about the nuances of this deal. It's our duty to be concerned about the interests of the farmers. So that's what we
should be concerned. We should be concerned when you get the details. There are no details now for it to be concerned.
So
there are no details on the Indian side.
We are not concerned about what Donald Trump has tweeted. We are concerned about what Brooke Rollins has tweeted, and that's why we are concerned. That's why the facts need to be out in the open before we further take this forward.
Minister
assurance to the Parliament, either by the Commerce Minister or the Prime Minister, the conjectures are always going to be out in the open.
Sanju, let Sanju defend that, Mohandas Bhai.
Arnab, I just want to take off from where Suhail Seth left. I think let's not forget one thing. The scene in the last 11 years has changed dramatically on the economic front. When Prime Minister Modi took charge at the helm in 2014, our absolute GDP was $1.8 trillion. Today we are at $4.34 trillion, which is a 141% increase. When PM Modi took charge in 2014, our annual exports were $300 billion. Today it is $856 billion, a 185% jump when PM Modi took charge in 2014, you will be surprised to know, Arnab, that our annual FDI was only $10 billion. Today, it is $82 billion. And more importantly, when PM Modi took charge in 2014, our annual inflation was 12.7%. Today, it is 1.3%. And our current account deficit, which was 6.9%, has fallen to 0.8%, which gives us great leverage to bargain to the comparative advantage of India at the negotiating table. And that is precisely what Prime Minister Modi has done. I don't play cards. I know nothing about poker, but common sense tells me in poker it is all about who blinks first. But equally there is a saying that poker is a game where the weak and the meek do not inherit the earth. And Prime Minister Modi has shown he's neither weak nor weak. We negotiated the India-US deal on our own terms. Imagine China with a tariff
There's
of
only one single reply, Sanjay,
Malaysia, Indonesia with a tariff of 19%. Imagine even Pakistan with a tariff of 19%. And lo and behold, there are a number of items where the reciprocal tariff is zero. And my final
has given great C to the data that is all the data you're quoting.
Talks about farmers. Can you
There's
tell me,
only
Mr.
single
Joshi,
sentence reply to whatever data you're mentioning here.
That the party is not
and that's the great C from IMF.
Rice, bajra at MSP
whatever data
in Punjab.
you are quoting
has
been labeled as C grade. It's a C grade data according to IMF, ma'am.
Farmers committed suicide in Punjab last year.
The historical position of India in the WTO and elsewhere has been that we are going to keep our agriculture sector protected. Assure us in the parliament that
what is your definition? Okay. 1 minute. It's an easy argument to make. I would like Ajay to take that. No, he says you are compromising the agriculture sector, Ajay. Protected. Now, what would protection mean in tariff terms, Ajay?
IMF has.
What is our present tariff on agricultural products, like from the USA, say soya bean from USA? What is the tariff on that presently, and what would it go down to?
If you look at all the work of Professor Ashok Gulati, there is no question of any US agriculture product coming in and being viable for the mass consumption in India.
Why is
what do we get? We get Californian almonds, which only the 1% top-end people who have French per capita income, they consume. We will get some fruits which are not grown in India. There is no, you will not get wheat from the US. You don't have that much soya bean. You don't have that much corn that you will take. You might take ethanol. So for blending, I think India as a compromise might say for blending, it doesn't matter if the corn is GM. I will take ethanol from you.
Okay,
that's what they want us to do.
So what he's saying is,
they're not doing
No. So this game. No. Because it's going to be a psychological game now. The opposition will say, Sanju, that bringing down tariffs on American agriculture will compromise Indian farmers. Ajay is saying it will not, because American agricultural products cannot be competitive in an Indian market. Only pistachios or the most expensive apricots do not amount to mass consumption. Don't mislead the people of the country to do your petty politics, Faizan and Piyush. I beg you, don't. Don't do that. I will expose you if you do.
Kindly give me time. Give me time. I just want to expose BJP.
I will expose you if you do.
Just a second. Please, just a second. See, this is a report from World Trade Organization, World Tariff Profile 2024, USTR 2025 report. It clearly says just
I'll have to get Mohandas file. Mohan and
Kindly expose us, Arnab. I invite you to expose us.
2% tariff, 30 to 50% agricultural tariff. Certain farms reducing.
A concerted attempt now to build a political argument is on. AAP has tweeted. The AAP has tweeted 1 minute.
When the tariff becomes a zero, sir.
You don't have any data to question right now. You don't have any data to argue.
India is one of the worst countries.
You are building a hypothetical argument in the absence of facts. You are working against national interest. You must stop doing that.
Government policies.
Mohandas Pai, please step in, sir. Step in, Mohandas Pai, please.
Look at the track record of that's what I have been from the data.
Mohandas Pai, louder, Mohandas Pai.
Reciprocal.
Arnab, these people are trying to create some unnecessary controversy.
Yeah.
Minister Piyush Goyal has said agriculture is not on the table. We may open up pulses, we may open up almonds, but wheat, rice and milk are not on the table. He has said that very clearly. It is part of the deal that is there on Trump's table. Let these gentlemen wait for 1 or 2 days. And
wait for a day. Sohail said, Mohandas Pai says, wait for a day.
Right now,
wait.
Remain healthy for the next 48 hours till Piyush Goyal comes.
Right, I agree.
Sohail, we opened up, you come and criticize.
Sohail.
Why do you
this
speculate?
gentleman, first though, the gentleman from the Aam Aadmi Party, I've forgotten his name, whatever his name is.
Piyush.
Very nice gentleman. Keeps interrupting with veracity and velocity. My point here is, let's all wait, take a deep breath.
Yes.
Just come back from Amritsar. I'll only give you something closer home, my friend. Since you have so much of power with Arvind Kejriwal, please tell him to tell Balwant Maan to, recalibrate his happy hours and make sure that Amritsar is clean. It's Guru Ki Nagri. Now coming to the issue which you rightly raised. You said that we don't know what might happen. You don't know what might happen, but you're still critical.
That's the point.
For God's sake, let's wait. The only point, again you're interrupting here,
No, I'm not interrupting.
First you're interrupting
I'm just saying
citizens' lives, now you interrupt a debate. Let me finish, my friend. You're much younger.
Please.
You're younger than me. Thodi izzat to do, bhai.
Izzat.
Please, sir.
Now let me just say two things. Number one, Arnab Goswami and I, or Mohandas Pai, we have no clue as to what the fine print is.
Yeah, we don't know.
Neither does anyone else. So no one can be much the wiser. You are now criticizing also hypothetically. Bhai, aap fine print ko wait karno. Arnab Goswami is not going anywhere. He doesn't even take a vacation.
No.
He will debate even at midnight once the fine print is clear. So let's wait. Number two, I'm saying while you're waiting, don't criticize the fact that there has been a climb down by Trump. He has seen some sanity. You must praise the Indian diplomatic initiative of staying the course, being and being firm. Utni to praise karo bhai. We have praised Arvind Kejriwal in spite of his intellectual innocence.
Sir.
Thoda yahan to kar do.
अरे सौरभ who is sitting in Washington उनको बोलने ही नहीं दिया. जिसको पता है he couldn't get a chance to speak. Saurabh couldn't speak today.
Why are you guys always unhappy?
And news.
I just want to understand one thing.
Suhail, my friend Suhail, if you allow me,
on television, you're unhappy.
comment.
थोड़ा smile कर लो, थोड़ा प्यार से बात करो. You know, why are you always unhappy? Be nice, be happy. If you smile, you will go a long way. If you are bitter, you will only be bitter to yourself. You're a good man. Don't get...
Ladies and gentlemen, we got a breaking news right now. There's been some kind of is it on ground? We're getting some incident which has happened in Mumbai airport. We're staying on breaking news. Harsha is with us. Is Harsha live? Is it, have the aircraft touched each other or where? I mean, we need the details of this. We need the details of this because this is alarmist. I'll take a break. I'll find out more, ladies and gentlemen, on what's happened in Mumbai airport. We're staying live. We're going to come back in 10 seconds. We're going to be ready to go live. I think the wings have collided from what I understand. Ladies and gentlemen, I need to stay on the breaking news because I'm told there's been a wing collision. Two parts of an aircraft. I don't know what is happening in our airline industry, but Indigo and Air India, which have a duopoly, are bringing more shame, and now the wings of two planes have collided at Mumbai airport. Passengers were inside. Two planes. I hope everyone's safe. I think they are. But this is crazy. Excuse me, Harsha will be joining us, Niranjan, for a while. The wings of, there's been an earthquake in Bangladesh, that's the breaking news I'm ending with tonight, and there has been a collision, wing collision of Air India and Indigo planes at Mumbai airport. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll come back with both on that, breaking after the break.
Time for a quick breather.
ये है सीक्रेट रेसिपी MDH का जीरा सिप जल जीरा मसाला। सिप सिप जीरा सिप MDH का जल जीरा सिप MDH का जल जीरा सिप।